Tell me there's something better. Go ahead, try. How I Spent My Summer Vacation by Peter Benjamin Parker. I can sum it up in one glorious, hyphenated word. Spider-Man. I am the spectacular Spider-Man!
Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books, I love talking about them, and I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the Marvel fan site that'll have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. We're continuing Roger Stern's run on The Amazing Spider-Man. We're looking at 233 from 1982. Versus the Tarantula. Kind of like two different panels here. So, alright. And so we have Tarantula here fighting Spider-Man. So, a kind of unconventional title. Where the F is knows Norton? So, J. Jonah Jameson has paid him for an expose on the Brand Corporation. And the dude has disappeared and he wants him back. We have the same creative team. Roger Stern is our writer. John Romita Jr. and Jim Mooney do the art. And X-Men's Glynis Wein is the colorist. And then Tom DeFalco and Jim Shooter continue the editorial. Rest in peace, Jim Shooter. Everybody here, I don't know about Diana Albers, the letterers, but I know that everybody else is still with us as of this recording. All right, so here we have Robbie, we have the future Mrs. Jameson, but they're not married yet, and then we have Ned Leeds here. And the guy's disappeared because not only is the Jonah looking for the dude, but so is the mob and that corporation that he is going to run an expose. And so Ned Leeds is like, we gotta find him before they do. And then Jonah, of course, blames Spider-Man and says Spider-Man's involved. Ned's like, hey, there's no evidence that Spider-Man is with them. And of course, they make mention of last issue. I have a playlist, feel free to check that out, where he's like, Spider-Man and Cobra showed up when they were going to meet him, and Lead says, hey, that just was coincidence, and if you're going to do this as another expose on Spider-Man, I am not doing this. And Jonah's like, okay, let's not go that far. Robbie agrees with Ned, and so does Marla, who thinks, like I said, that it was just a coincidence. Of course, Jameson's like, everybody betrayed me. And he's like, he thought everybody would be on his side. Ned just says, hey, if we find proof that Spider-Man's involved, then we'll go for it. If not, then we're not. And so he thinks here that he has to be involved. All right, so here comes Spider-Man to the Bugle. He hopes that there's a photography assignment left that Lance Bannon hasn't snatched up. He really needs the money. He quit his job as an assistant, needs to concentrate on his graduate studies, and he's going to be helping Aunt May do a senior citizens boarding house. So you can see he's at the top of the Bugle, changes, puts his stuff, but the spider sense goes off. There is now an emergency door, and if he pushes it open, it's going to go through. So he sees a tin paneling here. So using his super strength, he kind of gets it in, like someone's not going to notice that, and then reinforce it. So, all right. So he's going to go down the elevator shaft. He waits for the spider sense to tell him when he can come out, and off he goes. And so he got his hands dirty, so he's going through, says hi to Gloria, asks where everybody is, says they're in a meeting. They all come out. He tries to talk to them, but they all ignore him. And Jonah's going to talk to the staff. He wants help finding Norton. And of course, he's got that big nose here. And he's going to pay a bonus of $1,500. And people are like, what? I can't believe it. He must be sick or something, offering money. And of course, Peter's like, oh, I could use that money. So he's going to go look for him as Spider-Man. Runs into this woman here. And he's not even paying attention. He's like, 1,500. Wow. So she asks if Lance Man is around here, and this guy says no, he's not. And so she thinks here, now that I think about it, this Peter Parker seems even more intriguing. Hasn't Lance been grossing about competing with a Peter Parker? Amy, old girl, what you're thinking is positively evil. I love it. So I think she's got a relationship with Lance Bannon. And so here comes Spider-Man. Now he's web swinging very high. It looks like it's a neighborhood, but still. And he thinks that maybe here would be a good location to find Nose. These guys are playing pool. This guy's like, I'll be taking care of the stuff for Nose. He's hiding out for a while. Spider-Man shows up. Everybody splits. He grabs everybody. He is looking for Nose Norton. Takes this guy upstairs. And it turns out that he's an undercover police officer. And he curses out at Spider-Man. And Spider-Man thinks here, I wonder if things like this ever happen to Daredevil. And so we are in Miami. And the Tarantula is here, kind of on his civilian identity. He's made political enemies on both sides of the aisle. So the liberals want him dead, and the conservatives want him dead. That is being truly in the middle here. So they are going to hire him to get Nose Norton, and they're going to pay him $250,000. They'll say they'll find him, and they just need him to kill him. And so we go through here where everybody's looking for this guy. And here he is. He is in Staten Island, knowing he's like, my God, I just have to be cooped up here. But why is he in a bar? It may be Staten Island, but don't be in a bar. And so this guy's calling Tarantula. I like how he's dressed. They're like, we found him. And Ned Leeds is having supper. The public phone rings. He picks it up. They're like, Yurik. And they tell him where he's at. And Yurik runs out, and he's like, nice thing about maintaining a regular eating habit. Contacts always know where to find you. And so Spider-Man sees him, and look at poor Ned. So in the ferry, he's running and smoking. That was awesome. Peter says, hey, let's just share. I could really use the money. And so off they go. They get there. There's Nose, but so is the Tarantula. And Nose doesn't want to go anywhere. He says it's too hot for him. It's too dangerous. And Peter's spider sense starts going off. And here comes the Tarantula, who disposes of Ben and takes Norton with him. And he's going to go change into Spider-Man. Ned's watching, thinks maybe Daredevil is coming, but of course it's not. And so now we're going to have a fight between Spider-Man and the Tarantula. I'm kind of going fast for these because I'm trying to I know that with certain things, it's just easier to just kind of a lot of people probably don't want a comic book or a video going 20-30 minutes. I save those for X-Men because Chris Claremont, but I decided to go back to narrating and just kind of showing what stuff versus reading it. So All right, and so you see Tarantula here gonna try to get Spider-Man with his claws or his boot things. Spider-Man webs him, and Nose is like, I'm being set up. And you see Ben, he's like, over here. He's like, you gotta help me. And he's like, no, uh, everyone's trying to kill me. And so from behind him, somebody comes here, and you can see Tarantula is he's got these knives for fingers there. Spider-Man stops him. They're in this garbage barge, and it turns out that poor Nose was shot by these private investigators that were looking for him, and so Spider-Man thinks that they were in on it, that they did it on purpose, and Uric is like, hold on, Nose, but he looks for Tarantula. Tarantula's gone, and he knows something's up. And so he goes and gets his camera, and here comes a gurney, and he's like, hey, did you grab any pictures of that fight? And he says, I sure did. Well, I think so, because he doesn't know what came through. But he says, but let's find out. And so next, the more developments next issue. So Amazing Spider-Man 233 by oh my goodness, Roger Stern, John Romita Jr., and Jim Mooney. Like and subscribe, and I do thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.